bitch. Camera calling glasses because it's what? Shit is wrong again. Oh, working bitch. Too late. That's it. Anyway, shit, right there. Come on, she probably wants to do the money, right? She don't like to do it. How about one I saw today? But we don't do this shit, man. So when you can do with them, we actually, I'm just looking for way out, for a quick way out. This, when she's time it's not working.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a list view. Next, I set a priority and a due date to keep things on track. I create custom.
OBS is a powerful tool for screen recording and streaming. It's totally free and supported on all the major operating systems. But you may have found it a little overwhelming. When you first tried it. In this video, I'll clearly explain the concepts of how OBS works. You'll understand it from the ground up, and you'll feel much more comfortable and creative when using this powerful program. So let's jump in. What's up guys, it's Trent, and welcome to my channel where I make recordings and then we'll check out streaming. In this section on settings, you'll see some ways you might want to configure OBS. And finally, we'll look at profiles and scene collections so you can see ways to easily save your layouts and settings. Now, what exactly is OBS? OBS stands for Open Broadcast Software, and it's a program for screen recording and streaming. For example, if you wanted to record your desktop and add in webcam and a microphone feed, you could use OBS for that. Or if you want to set up a gaming live stream and connect it to Twitch or YouTube, you could use OBS for that too. OBS is 100% free to use, and or YouTube, you could use OBS for that. Or if you want to set up a gaming live stream and connect it to Twitch or YouTube, you could use OBS for that too. OBS is 100% free to use, and it's available on Mac, Windows, and Linux. You can download it for your system at obsproject.com. The program is open source, but it has sponsorship from major companies like YouTube, Twitch, Nvidia, and Intel. With backing like that, you know this program will be around for a long time. Now, it's important to understand what OBS is not. OBS is not a video editor. If you want to edit and reassemble your footage, you'll need to use a video editing program for that. If you're looking for awesome free video editing software, I recommend DaVinci Resolve. So the workflow that I use to make my videos, like the one you're watching right now, is I use OBS to record my desktop, webcam, and mic, and then I load the footage into my preferred video editor, DaVinci Resolve, and I edit it there. So now let's actually look at OBS itself. One of the first things I want to show you is just how to get your interface back to the default state in case you make a mess of things. So I have the default interface set up here, and it consists of these areas called docks. You can see there's the controls, scenes, sources, audio mixer. Let's say you accidentally make a mess of these docks. Like, I don't know, you just click and drag stuff. Everything's everywhere. It's all out of order. Everything looks horrible. Maybe things are missing. Somehow you've accidentally clicked things and just nothing looks good anymore. The way we can reset back to our default state is we can go to View and then Reset UI. So I'll click that button. And that gives me a little warning message here just asking me if I'm really sure. I'll click yes. And now my interface is back to its normal state. Now if you've done some more advanced stuff with the docks, you may also need to go to Docks, Reset Docks to fully reset them. And then just click yes. And now we're back in our normal default state. So just to review, to get back to your default state, you can go to View, Reset UI. And if that doesn't reset everything, you can go to Docks, Reset Docks. Okay, now let's dig into the two fundamental concepts of OBS. These are your sources and scenes. A source is something that you want to capture in your recording or stream. A source can be your monitor display, a webcam, a game, a microphone, and many other assets on your computer. A scene is a collection of sources. For example, I can have a scene that contains a monitor source, a game source, and a microphone source. So down here I have docks for my scenes and sources. By default, I have one scene here, and there's no sources added to it yet. Now up here is where things get interesting. This is my canvas, and it's going to show the current scene I'm working on. So let's create a basic scene. Here's the scene I want to create. I just want to capture my monitor and webcam, put a logo in the bottom right corner, and also capture my microphone input. So these things we want to add are just sources. So I have my scene selected here. I'll just give it a better name. I'll right click on it. I'll click rename. I'll just call it demo scene. And now to add a source, I click on the plus button here. So I'll click Add Source. And you can see there are many options here. The options you see may vary depending on what's installed on your computer and what system you're on. So first let's add a monitor. And that's just going to be a display capture. So I'll click on Display Capture. Now on Mac, you may need to add additional permissions for this to work. So make sure you do that. But as you create the source, you can give it a new name. I'll just go with the default name here, Display Capture. I'll click OK. And now I have this menu here where it's asking me what display I want to connect to. So for capture method, I'll just keep it to automatic. For the display, you can select what monitor you want. So if I click this drop down, I have multiple monitors here. I'll select the other one. Now you can see my other monitor here. This is my recording session for this video actually. But I'll go back to the first one. Sometimes it's hard to know which monitor is which just by the name. I recommend selecting one of them and checking the preview to see if it's the one you want. You can also choose to capture the cursor. I'll leave that selected. And then I'll click OK. Now, one thing you notice is kind of this Hall of Mirrors effect here. And that's because I'm recording the screen that OBS is on right now itself. So it keeps capturing it. Mac, you may need to add additional permissions for this to work. So make sure you do that. But as options here, the options you see may vary depending on